Hello, I am Rajat Kashyap. So I work as lead motor designer in Chara Technologies, where we focus on building rare earth free motors, which we believe is the future of motor market. As a lead motor designer in the EM team, my role can be cascaded into three main phases. So the first phase includes choosing the right type of the motor for the targeted application. So there are different types of motor which does not use any rare earth materials, and each type of motor has its own pros and drawbacks. For example, in an EV situation, a motor A might have better constant power to speed ratio and power factor, but might be lacking in the overall drive cycle efficiency. And motor B might have a better drive cycle efficiency but might be lacking in torque, ripple and noise and other parameters. So such things must be carefully analyzed before choosing the right motor, as it impacts the overall BOM of the motor as well as adds complexity to the overall system and manufacturing within the right form factor. The second phase is the detailed EM design stage, where we focus on designing the rotor, stator and the windings. So the main focus here will be to optimize the motor to obtain the peak performance. So once the first draft of the design is finalized, it will be taken through CFD analysis and structural analysis for better thermals and SOM. So once the design is finalized, we move to the final phase, that is fabrication and testing. So here we must carefully choose the method of manufacturing and assembly, since this impacts the eccentricity of the rotor, thermal stability as well as the build of iron and stray losses, which ultimately impacts the performance of the machine. This is especially true for high speed machines, where the dominant part of the losses will be mechanical and iron loss. So my role doesn't end once the fabrication is done. I work with testing and validation team to get the real-time data of the motor and validate it against the simulated data. So if we observe any changes from simulated to real-time data, necessary changes will be done and it will be reflected in the pipeline prototypes. So to summarize, an EM designer must consider each element of the motor from shaft to stator, as this is a tandem process of integration which brings things from paper to road.